your child is not an entrepreneur, and that is okay. Nowadays, there's like a lot of emphasis on entrepreneurship, right? Everyone's getting LLCs and doing different things with it. And it almost seems like people are frowning upon individuals having a regular job. And that's kind of crazy because most entrepreneurs start off with a 9 to 5, and that 9 to 5 is what funds their entrepreneurship endeavors. And not everyone is interested in being an entrepreneur or starting their own business. In the same sense, every child is not destined to be an entrepreneur. And oftentimes they have to develop the skills and the mindset to want to become an entrepreneur. And that oftentimes starts with them getting their first job. So, if your child isn't interested in, starting a business, that's perfectly fine. Now, I know I have a platform that promotes entrepreneurship amongst young people, and the vast majority of kids may not necessarily be interested in that. Some people are interested in sports, some are interested in science and video games and a bunch of other things. So, um, if your child isn't suited for entrepreneurship, as I said, that's perfectly fine. Let them do what's comfortable for them and let them pursue the dreams and goals that they want to pursue. And don't force them into a lane that they're not necessarily comfortable with, right? Because oftentimes we see parents try to live through their children and those dreams and goals that the parents weren't able to achieve, they want to push their children to pursue those dreams and goals, right? So, as I mentioned, entrepreneurship is not for everyone, or every adult isn't an entrepreneur. So, in the same sense, every child is not destined for entrepreneurship either. Now, I have a new book that I've written. It's a workbook. It's called the Interview Playbook: The Teen's Guide to Landing Their First Job. And the way this book came about is I was working on a talk at a recent event. And as I was putting the whole workshop together, I realized that this is a book. And so I went ahead and formed it into a workbook where children can, leverage their school experience. Because a lot of times you have young people going for their first jobs and they may feel that they don't have any type of work experience, but they do have experience in schools. Because a lot of children, they participate in sports, they participate in school activities, they've worked on projects in school where they may have taken the lead in the project. They may play basketball, football, track. They may even hold like a leadership position on the team. They may be the team captain, or so on, and or perhaps they participate like in student government, the chess club, the debate team, cheerleading, track, or whatever, right? All those things can be leveraged to to be placed on like a job application or even on their first resume to let the employer know that they do have some type of skills to offer as they pursue their first employment opportunity. So the workbook is designed to help kids, jog their brains and to document different things that they may not have thought about that they can place on a resume to help them get that first job. And also the workbook also provides information once they get the job, like it breaks down their paychecks, the different forms they're going to have to fill out at the or during the onboarding process, and a few other things that's important for them to know once they have that job and help them understand how to keep that job as well. Having a job or going after a job, it should not be looked down upon because the whole process of job searching, as many adults can probably testify, right? There's a lot of lessons learned within that process, right? Organization, organizational skills, time management skills, resilience, being able to bounce back after rejection because you may apply for a job or may apply for 20 jobs and may not get any of those 20 jobs, but to having the mindset to still pursue and still push forward to say, well, I'm gonna go after that next opportunity because that yes is somewhere down the line, right? The resilience, that's the resilience factor, the communication skills, learning how to document your thoughts, document your experience, the follow-up process, which I speak about as well, being able to contact, whether it's on over the phone or via email, to reach out to that employer and let them know that you're interested in that position. So there's a lot of lessons learned, right? And they even once they get the job, depending upon where they're working, because I know, like for example, that a lot of young people they start off like in a customer service or like in a retail space, working at a fast food restaurant, grocery store, supermarket. They a lot of times they're customer facing and and being able to deal with people, right? Relate to different mindsets. That's a skill that has to be developed as well, especially in this day and time where so many people are hiding behind a screen and may not necessarily, have that face-to-face contact. Working in a supermarket, having to help customers while you're doing something else and being able to multitask, right? That's the skill that's developed, on, at a job, right? Also learning how to respect authority and, contain your emotions and so many different things are learned, throughout this job process. And again, oftentimes that, through that experience is where they'll learn and grow. And it may take them in different directions, right? Maybe perhaps they start off, working a 9 to 5 and they realize it's not for them and they want to then pursue entrepreneurship. But everyone has to start somewhere, right? Um, so everyone's point A may be slightly different, but at the end of the day, it's all experience that they'll learn from, they'll develop from, and it'll help them so far into the future. So, as I mentioned, I have a new book that's out. It's available right now. It's available or for download. If you go to maliksfirstjob.com or click the link that's in the description below, and you'll be able to download the interview playbook, the Teen's Guide to Landing Their First Job. And the physical copy should be available sometime in mid to late June. So if you want to pre-order that, that's available on the website as well. If you want more videos like this, definitely subscribe, like, and share, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.